Added security with Double Protect. Automatically back up the Mosley and your external hard drive for the same low price. Sign up today and save 15%.
16 past the hour now. We were reporting at the top of this newscast on the weirdness going down with a JetBlue flight. It was supposed to go from JFK to Las Vegas. Instead, it stopped over in Amarillo because, well, it depends on whose story you believe. Believe it or not, anybody remember Lori Dew? She was an anchor on this channel and a good friend, and it turned out she was on that flight, and she joins us live now from the airport, I suppose, in Amarillo. Lori, what happened?
Hey, Shepard. Yes, indeed, we are in Amarillo. And actually, just right off the bat, I want to say that everybody's just fine. All the passengers stayed extremely calm. We've all been sitting here in the terminal, actually just swapping stories, and they provided us with free food and drink. So we're all just kind of chilling out, waiting for our next JetBlue plane to come get us, to take us to Vegas. But what I can tell you is that more than halfway through this flight, the pilot of the plane, the actual captain of the plane, who had come out to take a break, became extremely agitated. The two flight attendants who were in the front of the plane with him noticed this. They got him to the back of the plane, and there happened to be a deadhead co-pilot who just happened to be on board. So the co-pilot was then moved into the cockpit to take over, and the next thing we all knew, the pilot was running down the aisle, screaming and pounding on the cockpit.
Screaming what,
saying,
Lori?
He said, let me in, let me in. We pulled the throttle back. We got to get this plane down. We got to get this plane down. And he was trying to punch in the security code to get in, and the two flight attendants who were at the front of the plane tried to stop him from doing this. Fortunately, he was not able to get into the cockpit because he was having a breakdown of some kind. Now, immediately after that happened, several huge men who happened to be sitting in the front of the plane and somewhere in the middle of the plane, they all rushed down the aisle, rushed the captain of the plane, wrestled him to the ground in a matter of seconds, and got him subdued pretty darn quick. What we're hearing, and there's a former NYPD officer who happened to be on board, as well as a former corrections officer who happened to be on board, lucky for us. One of them told me that he had heard that the pilot is a war veteran and was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. That is also something that the local authorities confirmed with me as soon as we got on the ground and we were giving our statements to the local cops here.
Huh. You know, there are some reports, Lori, I don't know if you've heard them, but there's some reports that this guy, this pilot who was having all these problems said something about a bomb. Is that true? Did you hear anything?
Well, I know that another passenger in the plane who was sitting somewhat near me heard him say the word bomb. I can't confirm that. I didn't hear him use the word bomb, but he did say, but the words that other passengers did hear as he was running, screaming down the aisle, he said the words Afghanistan and Israel. So he was apparently shouting a lot of things that various people heard depending on where you were on the plane. Now, I was on the fourth row of the plane at the front of the plane, so I saw him very closely trying to break in and get through the cockpit door, and of course he wasn't allowed in.
There are other reports on the wires now and coming in from television stations, Lori, that there was some ranting about Islamists.
Now, I don't know anything about that. Yeah. And in fact, I think the situation would have been treated very differently here on the ground in Amarillo if there had been any kind of connection to Islamic terrorism or anything like that. That's not it at all. In fact, once the plane got down, and we landed within 15 minutes of the pilot being subdued, as soon as we landed here in Amarillo, we were swarmed by local authorities, local police, fire crew, EMS, trucks, and the FBI is here now, and no one has said anything about terrorism.
Well, that's good. Lori, dude, what a weird flight. I mean, I'm glad everybody's okay and they got that guy down, and what a strange coincidence that our good friend Lori Dew was on the flight. Glad you're fine. Nice to talk to you. Be in touch.
All right, Shepard, thanks very much.
All right.